What's up, y'all? It's your boy M-I-L-E-S, G-I-N-T, and I want to give y'all another lesson on ego death and the importance of ego death. I dug into it before. If you remember what I touched off, I was saying that your ego really just don't want to die, so that's why a lot of times if you get in fight or flight mode about something that you're dealing with that you can't accept, that's why. And it's okay, everybody goes through that, but it's really to let you know that this isn't really a knock on you. This is just a way that you can grow. And any way that you can grow is going to be something that you can play to your advantage when you get on a better vibration. You know what I'm saying? Because at that moment, it's not really for you to just magically grow. The purpose of ego death is this. It's to teach you not to define yourself by titles, not to define yourself by man-made things, to flat out honesty. This ain't really as real as you think it is. It's a lot of stuff that you think is real is only real because somebody told you it was and because you believed it. But if you didn't really believe it, you wouldn't look at it that way, all the way down to whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can apply anything to anything. That's the whole point of the lesson. So, let me give you an example. You got an athlete who is so caught up in being the best athlete. So when they lose, they cry. Like when they lose the championship, he's been the nicest athlete, and in order for him to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time, he's gonna win his first year. So this rookie, he goes all the way to the championship, right? And you gotta remember, he's not looking at it from your perspective. You're looking at it like he's an NBA star, Bernard went to the NBA, he's a rookie, he's already in the championships. That's not enough for him. He's gotta go through an ego death. He's defined himself by being a hooper his whole life. So now he don't win the championship, right? And guess how the championship had to play out? You thought he was gonna win. They was up 3, right? Somebody had a 4-point play at the very end of the game on a foul. Now he's gonna act out, right? He's gonna be mad at the person that fouled him to get a 4-point play, and it's like, cool, it's basketball. Like next season, that doesn't even matter, right? But now he's probably gonna wild out. He's probably gonna fight his teammate. I'm just gonna keep it a stat with you. But what he don't realize is he's going through an ego death. He's got to stop defining himself by being a GOAT. He's got to define himself by more than that. I'm here to tell you that you're more than just a 9-to-5 worker. You're more than just a rapper. You're more than just a producer. You're more than just an architect. You're more than your occupation. You're more than just a husband. You're more than just a wife. You're more than just a king. You're more than just a queen. You get what I'm saying? If you know, you know. So ego death is just to teach you to not get too caught up in that, because if you're basing it off of that, it's always going to be a new standard. It's always going to be whatever. If you're basing yourself off of being I'm going to get money type of person, so when you lose money, you're going to start feeling like less. So your ego, the purpose of the ego death is to teach you to not live and die by certain stuff that can be taken away from you. So that's why it'll be so fight or flight, and it'll be like, dang, like, why this person acting like this, or why this person can't handle this? It's like, because, bro, like, they ego can't handle it. It's not them. Don't be so mad at them. It's their ego that can't handle it. And when you understand that somebody's ego can't handle something, you don't take it as personal. Their ego had to die. Y'all had to go through that conversation. Y'all had to go through whatever y'all had to go through. You know what I'm saying? We all had a teammate who was so caught up in his ego. He wanted to be the guy so much that he didn't even realize he was hurting the team. We all had that. We all had a classmate that wanted to be valedictorian so bad and wanted to just have the best grades in the world. They was about to cry because they got a B. And it's just like you defining yourself by straight A's instead of defining yourself by being a divine human being. Not even being a divine human being, being a divine spirit. You know what I'm saying? Being a divine spirit, you don't even know who you are. You think that if you don't have this, you're not that. But that's only because you was told that. And you have to learn how to relearn. You ain't got to, change everything that you believe in. Ain't nobody telling you what to believe in, what not to believe in, but you do have to relearn stuff and understand what it is to not keep going through these ego deaths. So if you're going through something that really hurting you inside, and it's like something that's killing your pride, and your pride really hurt, your self-esteem really hurt from it, it's really to grow you. It's not for you to sit there and not be able to do what you got to do. So if you got projects, if you got stuff that you need to get done, that's not your ancestors telling you to stop doing it. This is just a way to tell you to not get too attached to anything. Don't be so attached. Like one day, if you're an NBA basketball player, one day you're not going to play basketball no more. At least not at that level. And I'm not saying that you can't. I mean, if you learn, if you can show that your body can still be at that level, perform at that level and everything like that, then of course, you know what I'm saying, you can. There's nothing that you can't do. If you're 70 years old and you hooping like a 25-year-old, then you gonna get 25-year-old bread. I'm just, I'm a believer. You gotta think deeper. I don't think like nobody. I don't go off of that. Just ideally, from what I've seen on paper, that's never happened. I mean, you could be the first, whatever. Cool. I'll never tell somebody you can't do something. I don't want to be, if I was a basketball player, I wouldn't want to be still in the league at 70 years old. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to be working for nobody at 70 years old. You got to think about what you're going to do after this. You can't just think about, I'm just going to be that guy, or I'm just going to be that woman, and this is what I'm going to be defined by. You can get your feelings hurt every single time. Just feelings hurt every single time. Because not what this life is about. It's not what you was brought here to do. That's not what you was born to do. You was born to serve a purpose, not be caught up in your ego and just be better than somebody. A lot of people feel like they got to be better than somebody to feel like somebody. And that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how you were born. That's not how you came into this world. That's what you were taught. And you got to remember, a lot of stuff you were taught, you didn't even realize that a lot of stuff you was taught from the age of newborn to 7, your brain is in straight record. Your brain is recording everything. You ain't programmed, you didn't realize it. It could be good stuff, it could be bad stuff. I'm trying to show my kids the right stuff, so that way they don't really have to unlearn bad stuff. They just gotta know for themselves that's the type of time they want to be on. You know what I mean? Like, even if you get programmed the right way, you know what I'm saying? If you get programmed the right way, you're still your own person. You have to figure out what you want to do with your life, even if it's good or bad, because it's about how it makes you feel, and it's about what lines up with your spirit. And another thing is, you shouldn't feel like you got to be perfect. Social media makes you feel like you got to have everything edited, everything got to be crisp, everything got to look this way, got to look that way, and it make you think that people are always like this 24/7. So when you mess up, you're like down on yourself, and when you mess up, it's not really about killing yourself over it, if you get what I mean by that. Because like, you can say some real hurtful stuff to yourself and hurt yourself more than you probably need to, when at the end of the day, you kind of got to make certain mistakes in order to get to a certain point. It just ain't nobody ever told you that. Ain't nobody ever really told you that. It just said repent, and then like, you'll go to hell if you keep doing the same thing over and over again. But everybody different, bro. Everybody got to learn their own way. Can't nobody really tell you what's going to happen to you because you made a mistake, especially if your heart is pure. Keep your heart pure. Don't ever, like, intentionally wrong somebody, you know what I mean? Like, don't ever intentionally wrong somebody. And if it's about ego, take a step back and remove yourself from the situation, because you can really hurt people when you're moving off of ego. You hurt everybody. You can really throw everything that you stand for away moving off of ego. And with that being said, I'm at the store, about to run my errands, and I'll get up with y'all later. Love y'all.